So, you've finally decided that it is time to get that dog of yours trained, and you're looking to hire a dog trainer. In your search, you discover that trainers offer different dog training services, such as board and trains and private lessons. So, which one is better for you and your dog? I will go over the pros and cons of each in this video, and make sure to watch till the end, because I will show you a third option that is better than both a board and train or private lessons. Before I get started talking about the benefits and disadvantages of board and trains and private lessons, I want to give you a free gift to help you grow the relationship you have with your dog. That is my free 11-day dog relationship challenge. Once part of the challenge, you will be given a daily activity to complete with your dog. Each activity is specifically designed to help build the relationship that you and your dog share with one another. You can gain access to this challenge by clicking the link in the description below, or type it in as you see it on the screen. Now, let's explain the difference between a board and train versus private lessons. Quite simply, a board and train is where the dog trainer takes your dog for a number of weeks, and while in their care, the trainer is able to focus their time to train your dog. This rolls into the first benefit of a board and train. That is, it can help your dog get a head start in the training process. While at the trainer's facility, everything the trainer does with your dog will be focused on teaching them the skills they need to know. Due to the trainer's expertise, they will be able to train the dog in a very efficient manner that helps learning to occur. This means that your dog will get more dedicated time that is of value to the training goals. Speaking of time, this brings us to the second benefit of board and trains. Board and trains are very useful for individuals who may not have the time to dedicate to training their dog in the home. We all have lives and things that take up our time, and so spending time to train the dog oftentimes falls on the back burner. Board and trains allows for your dog to get the necessary training while minimizing the amount of time lost in the process. This unfortunately leads to the first disadvantage of using a board and train. That is, the owners can't keep up with the training once the dog returns back home. Just like going to the gym, once you have attained a certain level of fitness, you still need to continue going in order to maintain that physical appearance. Dog training is no different. Just because your dog went to a board and train and was taught certain behaviors doesn't mean they will continue to do them reliably for the rest of their lives. The final disadvantage of a board and train is that it costs a significant amount of money. Opting for a board and train is great because it saves you, as the owner, a significant amount of time. However, the trainer that you hire is dedicating their time to training your dog, and so they need to be compensated for that time. Not only are they being compensated for the time spent training your dog individually, but they're also being compensated for the amount of time they spent learning how to train your dog as efficiently as possible. Ultimately, this adds up to a lot of man hours, thus making a board and train a pricey option. Thankfully, if a board and train doesn't quite seem like the right fit for you, there is the option of private lessons. Private lessons are just as they sound. They are private lessons between you and the trainer that can take place either at your home or at the trainer's facility. The biggest benefit of private lessons is that you, as the owner, learn directly from the trainer. Not only is your dog being trained during the private lessons, but you also are learning the skills needed in order to train your dog long after you have completed the training. You also have direct one-on-one time with the trainer. This provides you with the opportunity to ask specific questions that you may have and allows the trainer to give you direct feedback. The second benefit of doing private lessons is that the training is oftentimes more sustainable in the long run. Due to you being taught by the trainer and then doing the training with your dog, you get into the habit of training frequently. This frequent training, as well as the skills you have learned from the trainer, ensures that whatever it is your dog learned, it can also be maintained over over time. The last benefit of opting for private lessons is that it is typically more affordable than doing a board and train. While dog training is still not going to be cheap, no matter what option you choose, it will not be quite as big of a hit to the wallet if you opt with private lessons. But just like everything in life, if you choose the cheaper option, you're forfeiting something else. Which brings us to the disadvantage of doing private lessons. Private lessons take more time and work on the owner's behalf. Sure, the trainer you hired is there to assist you, but you can't expect them to do the work for you. Just like hiring a fitness coach, you still need to go to the gym and put in the work in order to see the results you're aiming for. When hiring a trainer for private lessons, you get out what you put in. So if you're not willing to put forth the effort to train your dog on your own, then private lessons may not be the right option for you. That being said, there's a third option that is better than both private lessons and board and trains. But before I tell you what the third option is, I want you to take a second and let me know which type of training you want for your dog, and explain why in the comments down below. Now, that third and best option is what is known as a hybrid program. A hybrid program is a combination of both a board and train and private lessons. Typically, in a hybrid program, the trainer will take your dog for a few weeks in order to give them a head start in the training process. And then once returned, you will do a couple private lessons to ensure you are able to follow through with and maintain the training. This provides the benefits of both the board and train and private lessons, while also reducing some of the disadvantages of both. Now that you know the pros and cons of each, you can make a more informed decision when choosing the type of training you want to do with your canine companion. I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more great content like this in the future, make sure to just go ahead and subscribe to the channel.